Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. We are channeling the energy for the upcoming full moon. But this is a timeless reading, so whenever you find this video, these energies may be present in your life. I have already pre-selected an oracle card for each pile, and I will show you each one up close. But before we do that, I will play a singing bowl to clear the energy. So let's begin. Here is pile 1 with the release card. And here is pile 2 with the knowledge card. I will now begin pile number 1's reading. Timestamps will be below. Welcome, pile number 1. You chose the Angel of Release. So right now there is definitely something in your life, whether that be a bad habit, a negative way of thinking, or something that just no longer serves you, needs to be cut out of your life. Just like a garden, we need to cut back overgrowth to make room for things that truly align and are meant for us. And if we hold on to things that are just excess, that are not serving us, well, it makes it hard for the universe to open up opportunities that are meant for us if we don't allow space for that in our life. And in the card, there's also a sickle that he is holding, which is often associated with death. And just like the death card, it does not mean literal death, but maybe a death to the way you used to operate and the way you used to be. And there might be something that you're feeling that you have to let go of. There's probably something coming to your mind right now that could even be a negative friend or the negative way of thinking that you keep yourself trapped in. But I will read the message from the guidebook now for you. To make progress in life, you need to let go of any old ideas, feelings, or situations that are no longer helpful, so that new energy can flow into your being. Think of a beautiful rose bush. To allow it to thrive and blossom, we regularly have to prune away all the dead flowers and worn out wood. The Angel of Release advises you to sort out any areas of your life that hold you back or drain your energy. You can do this by letting go of trivial concerns that prevent you from seeing clearly ahead, and more importantly, by letting go of any painful memories that allows old wounds to fester. Imagine such problems as a net of brambles enclosed in you, and visualize the angel cutting you free with his silver sickle. And some symbols of this card include the sword, scissors, a knot unraveling, peacock feathers, and waves on a shore. And an affirmation you can use at this time this angel offers is, I let go of all negative issues and move forward with ease. I let go of all negative issues and move forward with ease. So I'm getting that you overthink a lot, and well, truly assessing our problems and sometimes overthinking can be useful, oftentimes we can go down a little bit of a rabbit hole and get stuck there, and it might not be very beneficial to stay there. So, well, yes, it's hard to stop overthinking and reassessing problems. Really assess your thoughts. Like, maybe you're having repeated over analysis of the same issues over and over and over again. And sometimes that can go on for years, thinking about past wounds, old hurts, and Spirit wants you to know that you reliving those over and over again, first of all, we don't remember them clearly. Every time we recall a memory, it has a little bit of a change than the reality it was at the time. And going over and over and over it again without any gain, without any different perspective or valuable lesson for yourself, you're just hurting yourself and keeping yourself in that state repeatedly. And I know it can be hard to let go. And if this is someone who has hurt you, whether that's a family member, a past ex, you holding on to that hurt does not take away what happened. You holding on to that hurt does not make the hurt go away. So, Spirit wants you to know now is the time to release those negative thoughts, which can be easily said more so than done. But some things you can do to help with that is if you're noticing getting into those thought loops again, where it's like, actually, I've already had those thoughts 1,000 times before, and that doesn't help me. And if you're struggling to get out of that loop, maybe go for a walk, do yoga, do something to get your mind off of it, or express yourself creatively, just to put your mind somewhere else to release those thoughts. But I will now draw a Green Witch Oracle card to see what else is incoming for your energy right now from Mother Nature. The card you got is Chamomile, which is all about gentleness, relaxation, and sleep. So during this full moon and this time of your life, no matter when you're seeing this video, Spirit wants you to rest. You deserve relaxation. I'm getting that you have been struggling to embrace self-care and relaxation and just caring for yourself. But self-care and caring for yourself, that is self-love. And in order to heal from what we've been through, whether that is disrespect or just overall hurt, we have to show a little bit extra love to ourselves. Something you can do if you feel like you have been recently disrespected, or you're detecting disrespect and there's not much you can do about it in the moment. Something you can do to communicate to yourself that you are safe, you are loved, you are cared about, and you deserve respect no matter what someone else's bad day is reflecting. Something you can do is you can treat yourself. You can show a little bit extra love to yourself. And I'm getting that in your free time, you struggle to relax. When there is free time, you're overthinking. You're thinking about the past, thinking about what you have to do tomorrow, thinking about what you want to eat for dinner. And Spirit wants you to know that sleep and relaxation is very necessary at this time, especially if you are releasing things that have been tough to let go of. Showing a little bit of extra love and care for yourself can go a long way. Maybe take a warm bath, put on a diffuser with some essential oil, light some candles, and drink a calming tea like chamomile. And cloves can also be very calming, but just something to help that. Like, tea can be that natural positive substance to get you into that relaxation and gentleness state. And it's not like it's a bad substance to have. So really treat yourself to something that can bring relaxation into your life. But I will read the message from the guidebook now for you. With its gentle energy and flavor, chamomile suggests that perhaps you need to slow down a bit. There's something in your life that is draining you and wearing you down, a relationship, a situation, and the chamomile card quietly reminds you that if you're in a state of exhaustion, you won't be able to do the work that is required in your future, either at all or to the extent you'll need to. Chamomile invites you to take a pause, step away from your work, whatever kind it may be, and give your mind, body, and spirit time to find balance and equilibrium. And a reflection you can journal about is, have you struggled to give yourself permission to rest lately? And why is that? I'm getting you could also, whether the full moon is approaching when you see this or for the next full moon, getting out in the evening for a short little walk and just observing the moon and taking in the calmness of it could really help you here and connect with your inner self and your higher self, who is more calm and relaxed and sure of themselves. But I will now draw a few tarot cards to see what else is incoming for you. Your first tarot card is the Six of Coins, and Spirit wants you to know that there is going to be an opportunity incoming, there's going to be money incoming. Karma will be balancing itself out. So if you have gone through some tough financial times or even emotional that has had an effect on your finances, maybe the emotional problem you have been going through has made it hard for you to focus on your work. But Spirit wants you to know that this whole process is actually transforming your work for the best. So while it may feel like the universe is kind of holding it back a little bit right now, they will be handing you something that will make all of this hurt and pain make more sense that you have gone through. I'm getting you may express yourself creatively through something that helps you let go of that pain that could eventually bring financial means, maybe a side hustle, or maybe a promotion or a raise at work that you weren't expecting. Or even just finding a $20 bill on the ground. That can lift your spirits a lot. Even $5. It's not about the value, even $1. It's not about the value of it necessarily, but the excitement of finding it and being like, oh, wow, I am a little lucky. It just gives you that confirmation that things do turn around and surprising things can happen. And your next tarot card is the Ten of Swords. So this is the struggle you have been going through. You feel like you have been backstabbed and it's been hard to carry yourself forward with your responsibilities while going through this pain. But Spirit wants you to know that this is the bottom and it will be going up. You have been working through this hurt and this pain, but it will not be forever. 10 is a cycle completing. So the hurt you have been dealing with is going to be out of your system soon. And you have been so strong That is why Spirit and the universe will be blessing you with karma being reestablished and equilibrium of karma being reestablished. The scales will balance and you will be joyful and happy again, and in a secure financial situation too, once you release what no longer serves you. And your next tarot card is the King of Cups. You are going to become a master of your emotions. You're not going to let your hurt and your problems weigh you down, but rather you're going to float and go with the flow like a wave on the ocean. There's waves here. I'm pretty sure in this card, wave was a symbol. So waves, oceans, maybe going to the ocean if you're able to, or a beach, at a lake, anywhere where there is water could be very helpful for you at this time to feel more connected to Spirit. And to get to this King of Cups energy, you had to go through some hurt and you had to go through some pain, because you had to learn to deal with problems and not allow yourself to be swallowed up in them, so that when you are in this better financial position and problems arise, you're not going to let it affect your day to day. And you're still going to feel that pain. You may even use that pain as a tool, like I said, for future projects. That is why you are the king of your emotions. You are steady, and if you're not feeling that way right now, that energy will be incoming. You are just going to have this like aha moment to just release that energy that is no longer serving you. But I will now draw a Moonology card to see what else wants to come through for you. You got Meditate and Contemplate. New Moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. So during your time of rest and gentleness and relaxation, contemplate what can you take from this situation? How can you take this hurt and make it a lesson? Maybe you can learn good coping mechanisms like meditation that can help you let go. In fact, on this channel, I have a cutting cord meditation to cut the cord from what no longer serves you. But you don't have to use my meditation. You can use any meditation, just that helps you bring a sense of calmness to your inner being. But I will now read the message from the guidebook for you. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a total altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. And avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. So as I was reading that, yes, there is an aspect of some hurt from a past situation, some deception maybe, but I was also getting that there may be a manifestation or a goal that you have been striving for a while. And that is why Spirit wants you to embrace rest. And maybe you've been feeling like you've been trying and you haven't been seeing the fruits of your labor, and that is why you're feeling at this low point. But there is something incoming, and you just have to balance out effort with rest, because we cannot work 24/7. We can't work all hours of the day. It's literally impossible. Our body would give up. We need to rest, we need to sleep, and in order to incorporate time for what's important for you, Spirit wants you to cut back what is just taking up space in your life and not serving you. And it could actually be making it harder to attend to the things you care about, because you're holding so tightly onto the things you should really learn to let go of. And it will open up space for those blessings that want to come in for you. So that is your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will now be moving into pile number 2's reading. Have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose the Angel of Knowledge. So Spirit wants you to know that now is a great time for courses of study, learning new things, and gaining new knowledge overall. Whether that is through socialization, courses, or just being out in the world, working, really taking into account the ways the world works around you. And the knowledge you gain can be used for the rest of your life. Especially, I find social and emotional lessons to be especially helpful throughout the course of our life, so that when we encounter problems again, we have the coping mechanisms and the knowledge to recognize what it is we see and are going through. For example, like when you're dealing with a negative person, when you're growing up and learning and gaining this knowledge, initially you may have that gut instinct, but you kind of ignore it because, well, this person hasn't really necessarily done anything for you to view them in a poor light. But after situations you have gone through and different relationships and friendships, you learn things, you learn different red flags to look out for, so that you know when there's green flags and when you know you connect with someone. And it doesn't all have to be social, of course. It can be knowledge for work, knowledge for personal projects and studies. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. Learning is not just a matter of gathering facts. It is also involved in being attuned to the world around you, so that you can broaden your awareness and build a store of experiences to nourish your intuition and wisdom. Possibilities for increasing your knowledge can appear in any form, from a course of study or training to the chance to pursue a hobby in greater depth. Perhaps a particular person, experience, environment, or book opens up new avenues of thought for you. Take the opportunity if it excites you, even if the timing feels a little strange. The Angel of Knowledge counsels you that this learning is an integral part of your journey, and that he will support you in your endeavors. And some symbols of this card include book, scroll, fig tree, light, apple, druid or monk, fountain, grapevine, and gold. And an affirmation you can use at this time is, I will come to know all that I need to know as I need to know it. I will come to know all that I need to know as I need to know it. As I was reading this, I got a ringing in my left ear during the pursue a hobby in greater depth part. So that may be significant for you. There may be a hobby you're already doing or one that's been on your mind that you've been wanting to try. And Spirit wants you to know that now is a great time to dive deep into those hobbies and gain that experience and that knowledge so that you can do them in greater depth with easier effort and more satisfaction. And also with the grapevine symbolism, that's like, oh, I heard it through the grapevine. I think that's a song, and that's also like gossip a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily have to be gossip. That could be you learning things from friends, from family, whether that's knowledge that will help you move forward in your path or just help you make better decisions. But I will now draw a Green Witch Oracle card to see what else is coming through for your energy from Mother Nature. For pile number 2. The card you got is the Harvest card, which is all about determination and hard work. That really goes with if you're learning something in a course of study with the knowledge card. It may be time to put that effort in, really gain that knowledge. And in order to gain that knowledge, it does take determination and hard work. But that is how you reap the rewards, is through hard work and dedication. I'm getting that you may see the fruits of your labor in this coming autumn or fall, the next season coming up in 2 months maybe. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. Harvest time means hard work. It's time to reap the results of sowing and tending, and that usually means a lot of effort concentrated in a short period of time. This time can be just as exhausting as when you sowed your seeds, but it is a necessary part of the successful growing season. Sometimes you might think that it's all about sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's important to appreciate your success, but don't lose your way. The Harvest card directs you to collect your bounty, to recognize your blessings, and to not stop working too early. You're almost there, but you still have things to see through. Work to recoup the energy you previously invested. And a reflection this card offers is, are you burning out because of too much hard work too quickly? How can you give yourself support as you reap the bounty of your efforts? I'm getting that there may have been a goal that you've been going for a while now, and maybe you've been feeling a little bit burnt out, and you haven't been seeing those fruits of your labor quite yet, and you're wondering if it will ever come. But it will be incoming, and even when it does come in, it's still going to take work, but it will be satisfying work. Just like, I don't know if any of you have picked blueberries or strawberries in the field and gone out there, but it is satisfying. So even though it takes work, it will be satisfying and rewarding. And I was also getting that maybe you are moving house or moving. I'm getting through that. Say if you're moving, it still takes effort even if you're moving into your dream place, you still have to pack up your things. You still have to clean up the house. You still have to unpack your things. It still takes a lot of work, even if what the processes you are doing is very satisfying. Even if it is you unpacking in your dream house, that is still effort and work. But it's satisfying work. And I'm also getting that when you're resting in between the hard work, you could be thinking of easier ways to get to your goal, probably. So rather than just working hard, you could balance it out a little bit with some downtime and thinking about, how can I make this process a little easier? Where can I cut back some things to make all of this just flow nicely? And then that will make it less work for you as well if you figure out an easier way to get things done. I will now draw some tarot cards to see what else is incoming for you. Your first tarot card is the Seven of Swords. So you may be trying to cut corners right now in order to get to your goal, being a little bit sneaky in order to get to where you want to be. And that is why Spirit wants you to work on gaining knowledge around what it is you are dealing with right now. So you don't have to cut corners, but rather do your tasks in a more efficient way. Because if you're cutting corners, you're leaving some things behind, and it's not going to be that slick, clean end result you're looking for. So rather than cutting corners and being sneaky, assess the situation and where you can make your life a little easier so you don't feel like you have to neglect certain aspects of it. Or maybe it could be even hiring help if you're able to, like for a certain task. Just like with moving, some people hire movers. Some people will pack all of their things, but get movers to move those items to the location. And some people get movers to do the whole thing, depending on the budget and the type of help you want. So don't be nervous to look for help or resources that can make your life easier. Let's see what your second tarot card is now. The Three of Wands. So you're definitely waiting for that manifestation to come in. You have been putting some effort in, and now you're kind of looking like, okay, well, when is this thing coming in? But Spirit wants you to know that you are on the right track, and you just have to keep on flowing with the ocean, and with divine timing and hard work, you will get there. But right now, you're just in a little bit of a waiting period here, and that's okay. We can't have everything we want to happen in our life happen all at once. Then what else will we have left to do? I will now see what your next tarot card is. You got the Palace of Wands. So this is all about embracing your creativity here. I'm getting that, yes, now is the time to figure out creative ways to solve your problems. And this is the environment to do so. So really nurture your environment so you do have these creative thoughts for solving your problems. And in this card, there are actually some butterflies, which is confirmation that your manifestations are incoming, and you may see butterflies in the coming days or weeks. And that is your confirmation from Spirit that your efforts will see the fruits of your labor. It will be worth it. You're just not quite there yet. So really nurture this creative energy. You're doing great so far, and you're on the right track, and there's more discoveries and tweaks you can make to make this whole process easier for you. But I will now draw a Moonology card to see what other energies are incoming for you. And there is a lot of like red and orange on this card, on these cards, and that is definitely confirming for me that something is coming in this autumn or fall. In the next, it could be September, October. That's the timing, or even end of August. And that is what I'm seeing here. And on the harvest card, there's some pumpkins and corn, and those are the seasons for that. And orange and red always reminds me of the spring. I'm sorry, not the spring, the fall and the autumn. But spring came up, so maybe there's something for spring for you. The card you got is Step Out of Your Comfort Zone, North Node. So, in order to creatively solve your problems and make your life easier in going for your manifestations and your goals, there may be something where you have to step out of your comfort zone in order for that to happen. And while it can be scary to do that, in the end, it is always worth it. For example, it definitely doesn't have to be this, but like people who are scared to be seen, but sometimes being seen is easier for what it is you are trying to accomplish. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. That's just what I was saying, guys. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life's purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction to take action. So, are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Repeat after me or comment down below. I know I am headed in the right direction. You're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. So, there is definitely some waiting going on that you have been doing, but Spirit wants you to know that you will spend a lot less time waiting once you step out of your comfort zone. And with ignoring other people or letting go of other people's opinions, that I'm getting is like a fear of being seen, but also a fear of stepping outside of the norm. Like, for example, if you are going for a career that doesn't align with the normal type of career that people go for, the corporate, the 9 to 5, and you may be facing judgment from other people for that. They may not have faith in you, and they may not think you have what it takes, but it may not, it's probably necessarily, I'm stumbling on my words, throat chakra. Maybe there's, you're struggling to speak up and say what you want to say your truth. And that is because of this judgment from other people. And that is what Spirit wants you to let go of. That whether you want to go for a different career path, other people's opinions is not a reflection of what you are capable of. They don't know what you have within you, but they just know that they themselves would be too scared to go for something like that. So they're trying to discourage you, because if you go for it and accomplish it, which you will, then that will make them feel a little bit lesser. And so that is why some people may be trying to discourage you on your path. And they don't see the hard work you're putting into it. Or maybe they do and they're like, oh, that's never gonna happen. But don't listen to those people. And in fact, if you have energies like that in your life, you need to distance yourself from them and let them go, at least while you're going into this next chapter. But that is your reading for today. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe for more readings. Have a blessed day.